My student did an extra $13,000 in just 10 days on Etsy. What happened in her Etsy store to kick this off, and what kind of products were being sold? So I absolutely loved seeing this email when it came through, to see that this student of mine did an extra $13,000 in 10 days after helping her inside her store. I'm going to cover in this video not exactly what she sold, but the category, what makes her products unique, and what we did to get her there. This isn't extremely common. It's not like I'm promising you $13,000 in 10 days from now. However, I will show you how everything lined up perfectly to make this happen. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dave. I do new videos all the time on Etsy and e-commerce success. Go ahead and grab the free Etsy ads cheat sheet in the description. And if you want help in your store, book a free call in the description as well. So I'll just go ahead and read you this email. I'll pop it up on the screen as well. Hey Dave, sorry I'm replying so late. First of all, a huge thank you for all of your help. You are the master. I did not tell her to say this. My shop went crazy after your help. I had to put it on holiday mode. I had too many orders. I would not recommend doing that. We already talked about that, but she actually absolutely had to, because she's a one-person operation and she literally couldn't handle the orders. So don't put your store on vacation mode. If anything, increase the processing time and go from there. Anyway, I had too many orders and still getting messages every day when it will be open again. I turned off Etsy ads because it was a Christmas/New Year time. I would also not recommend that. And we talked about that with her, not to turn off Etsy ads. Anyway, we're much further along from now. From this. So much anyways, and plus the kids were having a cold. But the minute you copied my listings, the orders started coming like crazy. I had 20 to 35 orders every day, and it was going off. I got like 13K in just 10 days. I am so grateful to you, learned and still learning so much. I wish I could attend some of your live classes, but I just don't have the time right now. I am on the move 18 hours a day. I will book a call with you as soon as I can. Thank you again. It is also worth it and paid off. Talk to you soon. And then her name. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about what is going on in this store and what happened. So obviously we duplicated some of her best sellers and optimized the SEO. That's part of what I do in my student stores. But I want to talk about in this video the niche, the nature of the product, and what it is not. Okay, so I do this a lot in my case studies, and without completely doxing my students, I can't tell you what my students' products were, because that wouldn't be fair to my students, but I can tell you the nature of these products and what made them all do so well. So first off, the niche is going to be kids' birthdays. That's a big one. Kids' birthdays, very big. You love your kid, you buy them stuff for their birthday, and you want to make the birthday party awesome. So that's the niche. And there's a lot of things that can fit inside of that niche. Even things that you didn't think were going to be in there are in there. And you might be able to make something for this niche as well, but don't step too far outside of your boundary. Do not make something or force yourself to make something. Or if you're print on demand, start making birthday stuff for kids. If it's completely out of left field for the theme of your store, because that happens far too often. The second aspect of this product is that it was a custom product. Okay, so the kid's name went on the product. That's as much as I can tell you. That's as much, probably a little bit too much, but the kid's name went on the product. Number 3 is it's super, super not common to see these products handmade. This was a handmade operation. Hence, she said in the email, 18 hours a day she had to put in. We did a lot of work after this too. We raised her prices, so it kind of slowed the orders down, but also made her more money. We talked about not going on vacation mode and not turning your ads off. But we fixed all that stuff even after all of this success, and she's still doing awesome. But I will tell you, it is a handmade product and it is not print on demand. But if you are print on demand and you're watching this, you can still take the information like birthday and custom, etc., and use that to your advantage. But a lot of the themes of some of my students' success. Now, I have worked with plenty of print on demand sellers and helped plenty of print on demand sellers. However, a lot of this gnarly, crazy, for the lack of a better term, gnarly success that I have facilitated and seen in my student stores, they were not print on demand products. I have nothing against print on demand, but Etsy did start as a handmade platform and does cherish some of those handmade goods a little bit more. But with all these things said, you can still do great with print on demand. However, birthday, custom, handmade, those were the aspects that did this store so well. And then after making some duplicates with optimized SEO, everything just clicked for her and everything kind of kicked in all at once. One thing that you might notice if you're growing a new store, or if you're in a new store, your first store or a second store growing a second store, you'll notice that your store might get a burst of energy, if you will. It might get a burst of a few orders on the weekend or something like that. You get 5 orders here and then it dies off. That I have seen many, many times in my stores and students. That's characteristics of growing pains, and you'll see those little bursts happen. And then as you keep growing your store and working inside of it and doing some of the things we did in this store, you'll see those bursts stop and you'll see consistent sales occur. But I did want to mention that if you've ever seen, sorry, that is what was happening in this store, is that there were a lot of bursts of orders, but then it would die off. And that is characteristic of the algorithm really liking you, but maybe not qualifying you enough and viewing you as qualified enough to be in front of a wide audience 24/7. But when you align everything correctly, then it does qualify you and consider you worthy, if you will, to be in front of this highly, in demand pool of customers. And that's what happens when you start to do well. It bursts, then it gets consistent if you do the right things. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. Definitely reach out to me via the comments. My email is in the description, or book a free call if you want. And have yourself a beautiful day.